NFL draft right around the corner. Second annual Izac Fun Football Podcast. How we doing today? Glad he's on again.
Good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, good, man.
Life's been good, man. I'm excited for this draft. I'm hearing some rumors on my Packers we're gonna get into, but interesting draft. They decided to get Micah Parsons. They don't have a first, but there's still some good talent in this draft, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm excited to talk about some of your Georgia players, talk about the Packers a little bit. This is gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on again. Make sure to like, subscribe, share Dawg House Podcast. Also, usually the next couple of days, going to have G-Day preview. That's going to be on Saturday, 1 p.m., ESPN Plus. I know it's a spring game, but hey, we get to watch somewhat Georgia football, so excited about it. Yeah, so looking into it, Izac, his YouTube page is growing and got over 1,000 subscribers, which is I love all your questions. So I wanted to hit you right off the bat. I think you just asked one on Twitter today. So
who's the best running back?
Who's the best running back currently in the NFL, in your opinion?
Right now, I still think it might be Derrick Henry. But talent-wise, pound for pound, even though Henry is still pretty elite and he has not dropped off much, pure runner, it might be him, but I think overall talent, I still think it's Bijan Robinson. And I would love to see him with an actual quarterback. That would be impressive. If it's not him, I think it's Jahmyr Gibbs. When you take everything into play and you factor in age, I still think Derrick Henry can give them a run for their money because he's just an all-time great. Even at age, what is he now, 31, 32? He still is – he's defying that curve, and I still think he's going to be good for like 2 or 3 more years. But I think it's either Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs. Saquon took a step back last year, and unless he comes back for the throne, I think he's taken a step off. I like James Cook. I think he's kind of buoyed by Josh Allen a little bit, but he's a good runner too. But I think it's either Bijan or Gibbs, man. Talent-wise, those two are dynamic. If there's any young kid that could push them, if they can surround Genty with any talent there, and I think they will because they're going to get Mendoza. And I'm excited to see what Jeremiah Love looks like as a rookie. I think he's going to be fun from Notre Dame. And I traded for him in fantasy. I'm excited to see a full season of Omarion Hampton as the bell cow in Jim Harbaugh's offense. I think he could be amazing. I think he's a 3-down back if he's used correctly and he stays healthy. And running back's one of my favorite positions. I love talking about it.
Yeah, man, I agree with all those. I'm more of a Falcons guy, so I'll go with Bijan Robinson.
Yeah,
Even with not the best O-line, he's explosive.
Wait,
man.
You're a Falcons fan in Georgia? No way. What?
Yeah. Even though I live here in Charlotte, I actually kind of like the Panthers too, which I'm not supposed to say that.
Hey,
I got gear from both.
They were solid last year, man. You never know if Bryce Young actually pans. They've got some talent. Really quick, can I just ask, Did you like the letting Dowdle go? Did you agree with that? Or would you have kept him with the 1-2 punch?
Yeah, that is interesting. My only thing is he's that 27, 28 range. So if he was looking for like a lot of money, now you get close to 30.
Yeah.
But he was solid. And then they let Travis Etienne go, who's a Georgia guy. I know he was a rookie last year. So I mean, it's Chuba, and I guess the kid from Texas who is it Brooks had a couple of knee injuries. I think they're kind of banking on him.
Yeah, I think it was it 2 torn ACLs in a row. He got basically redshirted his first 2 years, and I think you nailed it. I think they're hoping on him and Hubbard. I just like the 1-2 punch. Yeah, and then they get Ted McMillan, and they have Coker. They're starting to have an offense. If Jatavian Sanders can pan at tight end, you've got like an offense brewing. I kind of wanted them to keep Dowdle because he was really good for y'all. But it is what it is.
So I got a big question for you. Let's say Bryce Young, decent year. They go to the playoffs, maybe loses the first round. Coming up on that contract year, what do you give him? You can't give him this crazy 30, 40 million. Like, what kind of a contract do you think you give him? Or is he market value, or what do you think? That's kind of what I'm asking people.
I'm wondering if they don't just do what the Packers did with Watson, where they did extend it, but they just opt into that 5th year as kind of a prove it thing. Because that 5th year would be like what for him as the first pick overall? It'd be like what 20, 25 mil for that last year because he was the first overall pick. So it'd probably be at least 15. I think it'd be in the $20 million range, I think. So I'd be interested if they would kind of use that as like a 1-year extension. Because what is he coming up on here now? This is year 4, right?
I believe so, yeah. He's streaky. He'll throw 300-400 yards, and then he'll be, 9 completions, 21 for like 150 and a couple picks. You're just like, what is it? Can't see over the line. He'll get hot. He's streaky.
He's smaller to me, and he's just not as mobile as Russ. I don't think he's a bust, but he doesn't look – it's like Trevor Lawrence where you're like, he's not what you thought he was going to be with the number 1 pick, but he's getting better. But what is the guy's ceiling? Like, to me, I don't see a top 10 QB. Do you?
I wouldn't start on my fantasy team. How about
that? It's hard because you don't want to be completely screwed at quarterback in the NFL. So teams do this crap where they give guys $50 million, and they're starting to get smarter where they're waiting to do that or they're going lower on deals. Yeah. Like, they're starting to get smarter. They better not give him 50 plus, man. Like, that would be a big mistake. Can you imagine in a year I'm coming back on here for the 3rd straight year, and we're talking in 2027 about Bryce Young getting a 4-year, $200 million contract? You'd be – and honestly, it could even be higher. That's what's insane. If he has a great year, he could get 240, 250 for 4 years because the market keeps going up.
Think he gets like Brock Purdy money?
Dude, I would – it sucks because the market says you got to give him 50 to 55, but I hope they stay at 40-ish or under. Like, you can't go that high on these guys because then when it doesn't pan out, you're having these deals where you're having to cut guys like Kyler Murray or Tua or Russ. You're starting to see these teams eat $100 million in dead cap. You don't want to be in that situation in 2 years. Denver got lucky they got Bo Nix, but they just got off that dead money. You don't want to do it. I personally, I know this is controversial. I would let Bryce Young go. I would not sign him for a contract over 40 mil. Like what the Colts just did with what's his face?
Daniel
oh my
Jones.
gosh. With Daniel Jones, where they gave him like 40 mil, but it was only for 2 years. They refused to do what the Giants did. I wouldn't go over 40 mil a season for Bryce Young. And I think they're going to have to, and they shouldn't.
I think this is a put up or shut up year. Watch him have a banger every year and just kill it,
If he keeps doing this, you almost have to. I just still don't see the ceiling. Like, Jordan Love has flashed top 5 potential, and he's flashed bottom 5. And they paid him $55 million, and I think he's overpaid. And I'm saying that as a Packers fan. And I think he's good, like, overall. He's inconsistent, but he's good. But he's won a playoff game. Trevor Lawrence, like, to me, is vastly overpaid, and he's getting $55 million a year. Brock Purdy looked pretty good this year without weapons. And I think I'd rather give the bag to Brock Purdy than Bryce Young. I really would. So if we're on that level, I think you really got to start thinking about letting the guy go. But will he be brave enough to do it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And they gave up so much for him, just way too much.
Exactly. Yeah. They gave up too much. They drafted him number 1 overall. It comes more down to ego for these teams. They don't want to admit they're wrong. They just don't want to do it. So, yeah, I'm worried they won't do it. So, but
we'll see, man.
We'll see what happens in a year. I can't wait to come back on, and we're like Bryce Young got $50 million a year. He got $200 million. At least it's not Kirk Cousins, right?
That was my other question. Doesn't he have the greatest sports agent ever? I heard the other day he's got the 2nd most contract money behind Tom Brady. Come on, man.
How did he get that guaranteed money from the Raiders? Like, how did he do it, man? Seriously, this guy, this agent, I know it was just a 1-year deal with the Raiders, but how does this guy keep getting this much guaranteed money when he's not even that good? Like, do they brainwash the teams? Do they have got a hypnosis in
Brady
there?
was part of this. Brady's part owner. You figured he knew all about it.
This one I wasn't as bad because it was really a 1-year deal and they wanted a mentor to Mendoza. So this one I didn't hate as much because they can really get out after 1 year. but why did it have to be fully guaranteed, man? Like, this guy doesn't – he seems like a nice dude, but damn, how does he do this?
It's Kirk Cousins. Look at his record.
You must have been so relieved when they cut him, too, even though he wasn't terrible at the end of last year, but damn, man.
I wish they would have cut him earlier in the year, even though Penix was hurt. You would have saved the $10 million. I think anyway. That was just a bad overall contract. I think they're eating it. They're not sold on Penix. Then you get Tua for a box of bubble gum, 1.7 or whatever it was. Like
pretty much.
Yeah. So
I just love you guys' plan. You're like, we're going to get Kirk Cousins. Then we're going to draft Penix. Let's just darts at the quarterback board until we land, and we're still not even sure what you guys have.
That's what GM. That's why we got a new GM and new coach. Falcons doing Falcons things.
It makes me sad too because you guys have Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts, you got Bajan.
Pretty good defense last year. Decent defense.
Decent defense. If you guys could just get you a solid QB and another weapon at receiver, and like this isn't like impossible. I really don't feel like it is. I just wasn't sure on Penix when they drafted him, so I don't.
It was a reach. Everybody else texted me like, "What? Why?" And you just signed. It was bad. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully he's your guy. But if not, it just sucks when you draft a QB top 10 and it doesn't pan. So I hope it pans, but I don't know. The Falcons, it comes down to leadership. My team is kind of floundering right now. They keep making all-in moves, and then they let a bunch of guys go. You need the right people at the top. That's why, unfortunately, Philly is always going to be solid because they've got Roseman running the show. And while I don't love Sirianni, when you've got the right GM and ownership that lets the GM be the GM, you make sound decisions as a franchise and you are continuously good, or, you've got a direction at least.
There you go.
That's why Cleveland sucks.
We'll get into some Packers talk here shortly. Let's talk some Dogs.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so Georgia a little light in the pants. I'll agree with the draft picks coming up. We're going to look at some of the prospects here, give your thoughts on them. So we got Monroe Freeling, could be the number one off the board. Good 4-star lineman, 3-year starter. Actually, I think he played the last 2 years, but good combine. A little small. They could probably put some weight on him, but probably the best chance of going out there. CJ Allen had a slow 40 time. He was a little banged up when he did the 40. I think he tried to gut his way. I don't even think he did the combine. But overall, like, great IQ, can go side to side. We always thought he was – I don't even want to throw his name around because he was a great all-pro. Roquan-esque, Roquan Smith. So he could be a little under the – I think he's going to drop. He could go maybe, if we got lucky, late first round, probably second.
Yeah, I'm thinking second round probably.
Defensive lineman could be good. Zachariah Branch, I'm really excited about. This guy's twitchy. Could be like almost like a joystick, kick returner, punt returner, speed, 4.35. He was our leading receiver. I'm excited about him. And some of the other guys, Oscar Delp. Dalen Everett was a good cover corner. Those are always good guys. Kobe Young could be a good, like, athletic, 6'5", can catch the ball, ran a 4.49. Really, really late rounds guy. Could be free agent. 6th, 7th round guy. Jordan Hall right here, I believe that's a misprint. He's actually still with the team. Dylan Bell, he could be an unrestricted free agent. Noah Thomas, he was a 5-star from Texas A&M. He was kind of didn't do much for Georgia. But anyway, what's your thoughts on Georgia's class? Also, any chance the Packers, because you guys have drafted some Georgia guys in the past,
I could see us going a defensive lineman. We need that. The Packers absolutely need an edge. I think they need receivers now. I actually think they're cooking something up. I've been hearing rumors about Marvin Harrison Jr., which is very interesting in our 2nd round pick. But we don't have a first. We've got number 52 overall, 84, 121. So we got 1 second, 1 third, 1 fourth, 2 fifths, a 6th, and 2 7ths. We lost 2 edge rushers. We lost Gary and Nick Aubrey. And we lost a defensive lineman. We lost Wooden. We went and signed can't remember. Who did we sign? We signed an older defensive lineman. Micah Parsons is going to probably miss the beginning of the season too. I think we need corners as well. We need to hit on defense. Unfortunately, it just sucks because we've missed on some offensive lineman picks and we lost some depth. We lost our left tackle. So I think the Packers are going to hit offensive line, cornerback, edge, and I honestly think they're going to go at receiver too somewhere in this draft. So your position, I mean, while I love CJ Allen, yeah, it's solid speed. He's the guy I like. I don't think Freeling's going to be there for the Packers at 52. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think there's a chance they take Kristen Miller if he fell to 52, but he's a defensive tackle, and I think they need to go edge. I wouldn't be shocked if they pulled the trigger on him. I just don't think so. I would love for them to go Zachariah Branch, but I don't think they're going to take a receiver in the second round, even though we lost Dubs and we just traded Wicks away. I don't think they're going to do that. I like him. He's actually a player I'd really like, even though I think we need a bigger player. I really like Branch. He'd give us some speed. We need that. He's 4.35. Other than Golden, we don't have a lot of speed. I like him, and we could use a slot player. Well, I like Delp. We're actually pretty strong at tight end. Tucker Kraft should be good to go for the beginning of the season, even if he's on the pup. He should be hopefully good to go, and we still got a solid guy in our second spot. Dalen Everett is actually somebody I think that we're going to take a chance on. He looks like a fourth to fifth to me, and I absolutely could see the Packers going that route. They need corner. They need depth there. We cut Nate Hobbs. That's a huge position for the Packers. It's one of the top 3 needs if you look it up on most sites, and I do agree with it. They have some holes on the roster, and that's one. When Micah went down, you could see a glaring need there, and they did pick up a depth corner, but I don't see him as anything more than a slot. And we've been playing our safeties, who are not bad, like Bullard in the slot, but we need to improve there, I think. Nixon's good, but we need to get another guy. So I actually think he's the most likely candidate so far that they draft. Who else? Let me look. Those are the names that I had. Yeah. Who else you got?
Yeah,
Kobe Young. Kobe Young maybe is a flyer late.
Yeah.
Dylan Bell is a possibility. I can't see us taking a punter. Maybe one of those guys in the 7th, a flyer. But yeah. I think Everett's the most likely guy, the Packers, Dalen Everett.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I just hope recruiting-wise.
Speed twos.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hope recruiting-wise that it'll be good for Georgia. Maybe get like 8 to 10 guys, maybe more. I don't think it'll be as strong a class as last year, but we'll see. So got some.
It seems weaker, but you know what? It's still. I mean, you still got some solid prospects.
Yeah, we do. Kind of reload, which is a good way. So any chance, a scenario where the Packers bump up or trade up and try to draft in the first round?
I would love that, but it would take such a haul. I feel like there's some players I would love. I actually think it's more likely I could see it. I think it's more likely they either trade back or they trade the pick away because they're in this all-in. Here's what's confusing. The direction doesn't make sense to me. Last year they go and they draft 2 receivers. They draft one in the first round, which they never do. That was like signaling an all-in move. This is after getting Jacobs in the free agency before that and McKinney. So they kind of went all in there. Like they made the playoffs, so they go get Jacobs and McKinney. They make the playoffs again. Then last offseason, they go and get Golden and Savion. They're aggressive. They didn't do a ton of free agency, but they are aggressive in the draft. Then they go trade for Micah Parsons. This free agency has made no sense to me. They've let a lot of players go, and they haven't replaced a lot of them. And I'm wondering if they're going to use some draft capital to trade for some players on draft night. I kind of was thinking A.J. Brown might be a possibility. The problem is I think Philly wants a first, and they would take too big of a cap hit. But I think there's a solid chance the Packers actually don't use their second-round pick and they actually trade for a player. I think it's a decent chance. Or they move back 5 to 10 spots and they load up on more picks. Goot loves to do that. if there isn't a guy he absolutely loves at 52, watch him trade down to 60 to 70 and get an extra third or an extra fourth or a fourth and a late, like get more picks later. He likes to get depth because he likes to get versatile offensive linemen. It's kind of annoying, but he tends to move back in drafts. I actually think that's more likely than moving up.
Okay. Interesting.
That would be my prediction.
And I think you might have mentioned it earlier. Which position is the largest area of need for the Packers?
For the Packers, I think that it's edge rusher, because unless Van Ness is going to pan out, you lose Nick Abre, who I really wish they'd kept. Micah's not going to start the beginning of the season. I'm okay with losing Gary, but that's a lot of players right there. And they lost Wooden, and they got older at defensive line. They got Hargrave, who was good a couple of years ago, but he's getting older. He's in his mid-30s now. So you got older on defensive line. You got older at linebacker. I wasn't too upset about losing Quay for Franklin, but they got older. And I think if they really want to go all in here and make a push for the Super Bowl, because they're going to get the name's eluding me. They're going to get Wyatt back from an ACL. They're going to get Tucker Kraft back, and they're going to get Micah Parsons back at some point this season. That is like 3 of their best players. They're getting back from ACL tears. Hopefully those guys are ready to go. And I like Nixon, but they've got to load up on corner and edge if they want this defense to still be elite. On the offensive side of the ball, I hadn't said it yet, but they lost their second best running back, and the guy they're relying on has been like one of the most injured players in the NFL. The first 2 years, he's played like 9. He's had like 7 touches in 2 years from USC. His name is Marshawn Lloyd. He looked like a really good talent, but they need to get some depth at running back and offensive line while I want them to go get receiver. Those are the 2 positions on offense. On defense, it's got to be edge and corner. They're strong at safety, linebacker. They're solid up front on the defensive line. They've got to improve at edge or corner, or they don't have a chance at making a Super Bowl run because they're too thin at those positions now. And that's what happens when you trade for Micah Parsons. You pay him and you give up 2 first-round picks. I would do it every day of the week. I think it pushed you closer to a Super Bowl, but now they've got to keep hitting the fringes of those important fringes of the roster.
Good breakdown there. So you think edge rusher for the second or the third round, and then any names that you like you're kind of looking at for mock drafts?
Yeah, I think so. There's some of the – to be honest, so edge rusher, some of the guys I had, let me pull them up. Hold on.
Sure.
They've got they've got the 52nd pick overall. They got 84. They lost. I'm not excited about Jordan Morgan taking over at all. But let me go to it. One of the guys I liked for the Packers. Darn it, I had the wrong page up. There's a few names I liked in the second round. Give me 1 second. Where is it?
No problem.
I think they ended up with a couple corners. I liked your guy, Dylan Everett. Some names I liked, and they just let Wicks go. And I'm hearing rumors on a receiver, so I do think they're going to end up with at least one. One guy I liked, injury is a little bit of an issue, but Josh Jacobs could be entering the final year of his deal because his contract goes up next year. Sicario Davis could be an option for them at running back. That was one guy I liked. Some other names I think they're very likely to go edge rusher in the second round to kind of replace Rashawn Gary. I think that's the most likely move. Like a Gabe Jacas from Illinois, somebody in that mold. There's a couple guys like you kind of hinted at it. I'd like them to move up for, but I just don't see them doing it. Quarterback slate, I liked Everett. Andre Fuller, I could see later on. Sicario Davis, I like him. I think it's really possible there's that kid from Arkansas at running back in the third round, around pick 84, Mike Washington Jr. He's solid.
Yeah, he is.
Offensive lineman, I like the kid from Kentucky, the center, Burton. That'd probably be like a 4th, maybe a 5th round pick. Caleb Douglas could be a receiver pick. That's probably what they're going to do. If they don't trade for one, they're probably going to draft one in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round. That's usually what the Packers do. They take late flyers. If they don't go round 2 or 3, that's always what we do. That's what Goody, our GM, likes to do. The defensive lineman from Tennessee was somebody I saw in mock drafts. Bryson Eason. Andre Fuller, like I said earlier, is a cornerback. I could see them going in the 7th from Toledo, take a flyer. Keaton Barnett, I see them going offensive lineman late. They tend to strike gold on those guys. I could totally see it. But I'm position-wise, I'm expecting a flyer on a running back and receiver. I'm expecting at least 2 offensive linemen. Our GM loves to load up on – he likes to bulk pick. And when I say that, that means he likes to take like 2 or 3 guys at the same position. He tends to ignore positions in drafts and just load up on certain positions. And I don't hate that strategy, but it does leave the roster in a weird spot where you've got some serious strengths and then you're weak at other positions. So I'm expecting offensive line to be hit, cornerback to be hit multiple times, and then definitely edge rusher is the other one. I'm expecting multiple line. Like, I'm going to be surprised. We have how many picks? 7. 8 picks. I'm expecting 2 edge rushers to get picked, 2 corners, and at least 2 or 3 offensive linemen.
Nice.
So there's my positional breakdown. Watch the Packers go take a backup quarterback and watch them go take another freaking safety after they drafted like 4 a few rounds ago or 3 like 2 years ago.
Right. Okay.
They'll do some weird stuff. They did let Malik Willis go, so sneaky. I would not be surprised they go get a backup QB. Not sure who that's going to be. I've heard rumors that they're interested in Anthony Richardson as a development prospect, and if they could get him at the right price, I'm game. I just don't want to give up a day 2 pick for him. I don't even want to give up a 3rd rounder. I'm hoping it's like a 4th, 5th, something later. I don't want to give up a 2nd or 3rd rounder for him.
Right. A-Rod, yeah. How about, can Lucas Van Ness, say you pronounce his name, make the leap this year and be a full-time impact starter, or do we have another Rashad Gary on our hands?
You know what's funny is I liked Gary, but the ceiling just wasn't there. Like when they flipped him for a 4th, I wasn't that upset about it. I'm worried it's another one of those situations. He's shown flashes, but he has not panned out. And I just don't know if I see it, man. Like, do you think I don't think he's it. Do you? I don't see it with this guy. Like, how
many sacks do you have this past year?
Just like 3 or 4. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Lucas Van Ness. He's going into year 3. Played for the Iowa Hawkeyes. He was a 1st-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
What year are we on now? He didn't even play He didn't even play last year. That's right.
He was hurt.
Wait. No, he did. He had 4 sacks in 2023. He had 3 sacks in 24. Did he not play last year? I thought he did. Give me 1 second on that. I thought he was going into year 3. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. That's not making sense.
Strong name, by the way.
I like the name a lot.
You can call him LVN. LVN for the sack.
It is a fun name. And he had 1.5 sacks last year. See, he just has not panned out.
Looks like he's going down.
He's gone down each year. For the first year, he's actually going to year 4. So I really got to see something. He only played 9 games last year. He was hurt. He played all 17 rookie year, and then 24. He had 7 sacks combined, which is not very impressive. He had a little over 30 tackles each season. He only had 1 forced fumble. I just don't see it. I see the speed. I see flashes. I see a bust. And this is what Goody does. He misses on some of these first-round picks, or the Packers GM. And I don't love that they're banking on this guy. Like, I think they need to go draft at least one other edge rusher. And I honestly, I would have kept Inagabre. I would have let Van Ness go. But they're too proud to admit they're wrong yet. So they're trying to give him one last run. But if he doesn't splash something soon, he's going to end up getting cut. One and a half
make a break here.
1.5 sacks in year 3. That's weak, man. That's not enough for me.
And then I know you said a need for an offensive lineman. Any chance for Jennings Dunker has a chance of becoming a Packer?
Ooh, let me pull him up. Oh,
good name, by the way.
I like that name. That is a great name. That would be fun. You know what's funny is the Packers like to draft. They like to take flyers on versatile alignment if they think the guy can play multiple positions. And I'm seeing he's got like a 6.2 grade, and it's saying he could be like an average starter. Speed was okay. He's very athletic. They love that when he's got a high athletic score. Didn't play the greatest overall in Iowa, but they love Iowa kids. I actually could see him. Whenever they think they can move a guy around, our GM loves to do that. If he's like, oh, I could take this guy who should be a guard and play him at tackle. Or, wait, Jordan Morgan, he should be a tackle, first rounder, has not looked that great yet, and I'm going to play him at guard or center or on the other side of the line. They love to do that. Not going to lie, man, I still think the Packers have a chance to make the playoffs this year, but this offseason was a little disheartening. Chicago usurped us last year, and I still see a lot of talent on this roster, but they have lost a lot of snaps, and I don't know where they're going to replace everything. I'm a little concerned. This needs to be a good draft for the Packers, and I hate being in that position when you're really banking on a draft class to kind of lift you up. Like, it's not a great place to be. Not that every team in the NFL doesn't need a rookie or two to produce, but it's nice when you're just kind of playing with house money. And I still like my team and everything, but they lost a lot of guys this offseason, and I'm not loving the direction, and I'm not really trusting. I hadn't said it yet, but I don't fully trust the GM or coach anymore. After that playoff game, our coach looked a little clueless, and this GM seems to be a little directionless. Like, he 1 minute looks like he's going all in, and then we're losing like 7 starters. I don't know if I trust the direction of my team. Not I shouldn't complain. I'm kind of blessed we make the playoffs every year, but I'd like to be more than the 7th seed this year. I really would.
Right. Okay.
3 years in a row. 3 years in a row, man.
I got you.
There's my vent.
At least you're making playoffs.
You know, hey, you're making the playoffs every year.
There you go. All right, one more of the Packer questions. How is Brandon McManus still on the roster? Why do you think the Packers have chosen to keep him?
I don't know. Do you think that they forgot about that playoff game? Do you think they forgot that he missed? He kind of tossed the game. He cost 7 points. Right. If he just hit his kicks, we're probably in the second round.
Right.
Also doesn't seem like a good person with all of his crap that he was alleged of. I don't know why you kept him. I would have gone with the rookie. I don't get it. That one was that was a mistake. If there was one guy to scapegoat, you scapegoat the kicker, right? Like, I'm gonna be a jerk for a second. When you have one job, and you can't do that one thing well, it's not like we're asking him to tackle, make kicks. That's it, literally. Yeah. Make kicks and kick the ball off. Okay, so 2 things. I would have cut him. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't know what they're doing.
Right.
That playoff game was pitiful, man.
GM being clueless again, like you said.
Well, and the guy, when he was hurt early in the season, or maybe it was midseason, the kicker they signed off the street looked better. And I know, sometimes guys can look good for a couple games, but I would have given that guy a few more games, and I would have given him a shot this year. I know McManus looked solid the year before, but I think it was time to move on, honestly. So I don't know, man. I really don't.
Gotcha. All right. Sounds like maybe you'll pull a groin, make some shanks or something.
Yeah, I'm expecting us to be the 7th seed again. I think we're going to live in that purgatory. That's my bet. We're going to be the
get hot. That's all you got to do.
Win 9 or 10 games, we'll be the 7th seed.
Be interesting. So looking a little bit at the first round draft, anything that stands out and you're looking forward to? And do we all think it's going to be Mendoza number one, or any maybe surprises or?
Oh, no. I absolutely think it's going to be Mendoza at 1. I'm expecting – I want to see if Reese goes at 3. I think that's a high possibility. And I'm hearing more and more smoke on this, and I really hope the Titans actually pick Jeremiah Love at 4. I think it would – if he's what I think he is and what a lot of people seem to think he is, I wonder if there would not be at I wonder if it would be the best move at 4. Give Cam Ward a generational running back to build that team. I wonder if that wouldn't be the best possible thing. Like, you would have your franchise QB, you'd have a franchise running back to take the pressure off him. Then you could keep surrounding him with more weapons at receiver. Why not? Like, you could go Lemon or Tate. I could totally see it. Lemon looks to me like, or Tyson, one of those guys. Tate looks like, they all look like top 15 picks, or Sadiq. But why not? Love looks like the most talented guy of the 3 to me. You could argue Tate or Tyson, but why not go get the running back? That's one of the guys I'm watching the top 4. I love running backs. I'm also curious who's going to be the first receiver. Is it going to be Kansas City if Love goes early? Are they going to go Tyson or Tate or Lemon at number 9? Is Sadiq actually going to be a first-round pick? I freaking hope so. I could see him going to Baltimore. And one team I keep seeing on mock drafts, what if the Rams – this will be something. What if the Rams took Lemon at 13 and loved him enough that they actually traded Devontae away? That would be bold. I think they would keep him and have a 300 monster, but what if they felt they could move on from Devontae? That'd be interesting. And the other thing I'm watching on draft night, I don't think it'll be till June, but it could happen. The Eagles, do they trade A.J. Brown, and where is the landing spot, and what is the price? You know there's going to be some player trades, not just picks on draft night. There always is. Who is going to be that team that thinks they can buy an asset like an A.J. Brown or somebody like that, and who is in buy now mode? I'm going to be really interested.
Yep, that should all be really good. And then do you think just because, man, they got all kind of free agency and everything, you think maybe the Chiefs are in rebuild mode? Got Mahomes coming off the knee injury.
Hey, man, I asked this question. Yeah. I said on YouTube, and one of my friends got mad at me, and I was dead serious. Is there a chance the Chiefs don't make the playoffs again? Oh. And I actually think it's very possible. They could land Love or a dynamite running back or receiver, which is actually a position of need for them. Like, you got to, like, there's like offensive linemen, you've got to build through the trenches, but that team has got to get some playmakers for Mahomes. Yeah. Sadiq even makes sense for them because Kelsey's getting up there. That actually be perfect, but they've got to get a running back and a tight end. I think they need to upgrade at receiver too. Yeah. But with Mahomes, I don't think he's going to be 100% by week 1. Yeah. And Denver is ahead of them now in that division. And arguably the Chargers are too. I think that they should be in retooling mode. That would be smart. The Pats had to do it with Brady. Yeah, they won 11 games that year after he tore his ACL, but they had to retool that roster to remake it into another contender. And there was a few years they didn't make a Super Bowl. That's okay. You need to you can't constantly be like this in the NFL. You need to be able to retool, and I think the Chiefs need a talent influx. I think that they should be looking at a running back because not only did they let Pacheco go, but Hunt is over the hill. They need a running back badly. They probably need 2, but a Love would be perfect for them. And they need a tight end badly. Kelsey's getting up there. Those are the 2 positions on offense, and then they can rebuild that line.
But I thought Chiefs got Walker, though. Kenneth Walker. Thought it was big time, wasn't it? 3 years.
Oh, wait, they did. You're right. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
You're right.
I'm about to say, he's the man. I mean, he's good in fantasy.
You know what, though? Wouldn't it be fun if they, as much as I like Walker, he does get banged up. Can you imagine if Love fell to 9 and they drafted Love and had Walker and Love as a 1-2? I actually think that makes sense because Walker in Seattle pretty much every year has been sharing it with. He even did this year until Charbonnet got hurt. That kind of still would make sense. I think they're going to draft another running back. I really do. Maybe they don't because they paid him so much, but that might be smart to, even if it's not in the first round.
Would you go receiver at 9?
If Love is gone, I would either go Sadiq or I would go any one of those top 3, but I like Tate the most. I would go Tate or Sadiq at 9.
Right.
But I could see Lemon and I could see the other kid too. I could see Tyson. He's from Arizona State. He's like the one that keeps going to them in mock drafts. So I think they need to go receiver. As much as I love Caleb Downs, he's going to be great. I think he's going to be a Cowboy. I think the Chiefs should go receiver, running back, or tight end. They need to go premium skill position talent at 9. And if Love is there, I don't care that you just signed. I don't care that you just signed a running back. You go get Jeremiah Love, and you have a 2-headed monster at running back. That would take all the pressure off of Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, that'd be great.
Can you imagine that backfield too with both those guys? What if you played both of them at the same time on some snaps? That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Walker and Love, that'd be fun.
That'd be explosive.
You're right, though. I forgot they signed Walker. Good move. Good call. My bad.
No problem. And then how about I know New England Patriots get a little distraction off the field. But anyway, how about Seahawks or Patriots? What do you think they need in the draft? And are the Seahawks going to reload? And are they keeping most of that defense? You're saying that defense is loaded.
It is loaded, but they did lose some players. They got to go get a running back. Do you think that Jadarian Price is available? I know I keep talking running backs, but they did let Walker go. And I can't even remember the guy's name. Was it Homer? I can't remember his name. The guy that is the backup. Well, Charbonnet was hurt. The other guy that they used behind Walker in the playoffs did not look that strong. Luckily for them, it wasn't a problem in the Super Bowl because that defense was loaded. But they did lose a few ancillary pieces other than just Walker. They lost a couple players on the D. I still think they're the favorite, but the Rams did go out and they hit their weakness at corner, and that team is pretty intact. I think that the Rams may have usurped them, and this is a very big draft for Seattle. I think they need to go out there and be smart and get a running back and reload a couple of the pieces they lost on defense. Let me see. Who do they lose in free agency?
I think Puka's going to be okay. Some off the field. Nakua.
That was another one that I think so, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams do get a receiver. They've got that pick at 13, and that's a golden spot for a receiver. I think they're going to do it just because Adams is getting up there and all the stuff with Puka. I think he'll be okay, though. I do. The Seahawks did lose Mafe. He went for a big deal to Cincinnati, and they did lose Woolen, and then lost Kobe Bryant, so they lost a couple guys in the secondary. So I'm fully expecting this team that was really well managed last year. I'm expecting them to hit running back and that secondary and edge rusher very quick to replenish those picks. But it is hard to redraft. They need to hit. It's hard to repeat. They need to hit in this draft if they want to repeat. But I do like that team.
Yeah, man.
The Pats, you know what's funny is they let Diggs go, and I love Dubs, but I kind of hope that they keep focusing on weapons for Drake May.
Yeah.
That offensive line has got to be the focus, though. May got demolished in the playoffs. That was one of the reasons his play dropped off. Part of it was him too. He looked terrible in the Super Bowl. But if they don't protect him, he might not last. So I want them to go get another receiver and tight end. I like Travion a lot. I think they're set at running back. They need to go get like 2 offensive linemen or 3, and they need to make sure that offensive line is shored up. The guy I like for them, honestly, Rutledge could be a really good pick from Georgia Tech.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, man. Appreciate all your breakdown, man. This is great.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited for this draft, man. This was a lot of fun. And I want to bring you on the show. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that big mock, but yeah, man, I will talk to my co-host, but I'd love to bring you on soon. Seriously, we got to do this. Like, I got to have you come on.
Yeah, man, sure.
All right,
How do we follow the Fun Football Podcast got over 1,000 subscribers, which is impressive.
Thanks, bud. Go check it out on YouTube. I make a lot of those videos that you see in the posts on Twitter. You can also check me out on Facebook. I do my live shows on there. And I make shorts on Instagram and TikTok too. So go check it out.
Yeah, man. And it is impressive. Let me get right here on the Twitter.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. The Twitter, that's been a grind, man. I think I'm a little over 11
followers. That's awesome.
Yeah, 11K on Twitter. Yeah, that one took forever, man. That's been fun. It's just a fun hobby, man. I enjoy it, and I like getting to collab with awesome people like you. So that's what makes it fun, dude.
Yeah, man. Check out Izac Fun Football Podcast. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's growing. He also has some great questions, football questions on Instagram. Comment on that, and he gets the wheels turning for sure.
Thanks, man. Yeah, to go check it out. Handle Fun Football Pod or Fun Football Podcast and all the socials.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share the Dawg House Podcast.